Look, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but it's an idea. I threw my whole evening for this. So we can do shits like this. What? I just want to contribute something for the meme community. Because last 2024, I made this animatronics twerking Among Us. God damn! Have you watched it? Go do it. And for this year's contribution, I made this animatronics. What meme? What? But it's so simple though. I just 3D printed a frame, attached a watt word to it, put a servo, a microcontroller, a button, and batteries. Oh, and some coding too. That's really it, nothing complicated. I wish life could be that But anyways, we're gonna try to improve this. From looking like a PowerPoint transition slide to Iron Man mask, but no Jarvis. Just the voices in my head. Okay, the first in the list of improvements, audio. Because this one just plays from my computer, where it sends a signal to my Python code that when the servo turns 180 degrees, play the audio. So the audio is actually not playing with this thing, it's actually playing from my computer, using this 10 meters long ass cable. So my goal is to have the audio play with me, even when I'm in my bathroom. What? So let's put some. Now that I finished holding this audio player, I want to show you guys how do I upload the music. So the first thing that we need to do is to connect this audio player to my computer. And we're gonna use a USB cable to connect it. All you gotta do is to drag your chosen MP3 player. That's it. That's how easy it is. Just like uploading a file to your flash drive. And to test it, we're gonna need to power it with this 3.7 volts battery. And it should play the sound. So let me tell you what happened there. So as I was— Nothing happened, bro. I was just messing with you. I'm still the greatest inventor of all time. But for the meantime, let's leave this audio player for now. Because we still have some improvements need to be made. And then we can just synchronize them all together. That is correct. Next! The OG What Meme doesn't really have a transition. It just pops out of nowhere. And I see that as an opportunity for me to be creative, like in animatronics. What would be the coolest way to make it pop out? And this is my idea. So I want something that builds up, like an Iron Man mask. Yeah, like an Iron Man mask. How the fuck did you know? So I'm gonna start cutting the frame in half and cut the half in half. And it's going to look like this. Nice 3D model. And to assemble it, I'm going to use a combination of a fishing line and a servo. It's the same concept of the Arduino robotic hands, where they attach strings to both the servo and the fingers. So when the servo pulls the strings, the fingers move. And in our What project, instead of pulling the fingers, it's going to pull the frames that we cut, like this. Hopefully it'll go smooth like that, because we haven't tested it out. We have to 3D print it to test it. But for now, let's assume that it works. So that we can talk about the next idea. So, I've been building projects for quite some time now. And when I do so, I try to make them precise. Sometimes. But since I am in the mood, I'm gonna try to make it as close as possible to the original. So for the What project, we're still missing one detail to make it as close as possible to the original. It's the black background. My initial idea was to put a black cardboard around it, but it would be heavy for the servo to carry it, so I dumped that idea. So putting more weight to the servo is not an option. So if we cannot make changes to the project itself, then we should probably do something to the environment around it. So this way, the environment becomes part of the project. So I'm going to put these dial lights around the frame and shut the lights off. Problema resuelto. So let's start working then. So I added the audio. It's not playing from my computer anymore. It's now built into the setup. And after that, I assembled the frames, did the wirings, added fishing lines, and put diode lights behind each frame. And you know what's the cool part about the frame? It's what I called the poor man's wireless.
It's the poor man's wireless, yeah.
Only the real brokies come up with this shit.
Let me elaborate. So, since the frames fold around in hinges, I didn't keep the wires permanently connected. Instead, I cut the wires for each frame. So when the servo pulls the strings, the frames come together, and the wires touch each other, completing the circuit and giving the diode lights power to turn on. I came up with this idea because of the limited budget, one of the perks of being a broke boy. So here's how to use version 2. First, plug in the USB cable to power the Arduino Nano. I could have made it battery powered, but I chose not to. Second, turn on the power supply for the servos and also turn on the audio. Lastly, press and hold the button until the frame looks like a perfect square.
So the last part might be lame.
But the reason for holding the button and not just pressing it once is because the fishing line stretches a bit. So sometimes it's a square, sometimes it just looks like a modern art project. It doesn't always come out perfectly the same. I only realized this when I tried to pull the strings manually. So instead of dealing with it in the final version, I just decided to work like that. Holding the button and just releasing it when you think it's a square. Hopefully the person who's gonna use it know their shapes. And this is what we're expecting. Press and hold the button, the lever goes up, the frame builds up. Once the button is released, the audio plays and the lights turns on. Hopefully that will be the case, because if not, I'm gonna throw this in the trash and forget about it. Alright, enough yapping, and let's actually do the first try and possibly the last try of the animatronics What Meme version 2. Okay, I'm so scared to try this out, but here goes nothing. Press and hold the button. What the f? Let's try that again. What the fuck? Okay, so I found the problem, and it's quite funny because I just forgot to upload the code. I was using version 1. Alright, let's do this again. Alright, this is the second try of the animatronics What Meme version 2, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last. Oh. What the fuck? It fucking broke. It was fun till it lasted. Well, fuck this shit. I should have thrown this away in the first place, and it should have been made. Well, I guess some things are just better off alone than improving it. But honestly, version 2 would have made it. It was just the durability of the 3D printed frames that went wrong. I could have 3D printed it again, but I don't want to work on this shit again. And also, I think the failing version 2 is a funny ending. But alright, I'll try to upload a working version of it in short, just to give you guys a happy ending. But for now, I'm moving on for a reason. We bought a really big component. I think you call this a car. But yeah, it's one of the reasons why I want to move on. I'm so excited to do a project on this car. Yeah, it's time for me to do a bigger project. It's Tech Joy's time.
I'm gonna